They had lots of fun together, lots of adventures. They really enjoyed their holidays.
Carol and Harvey Kleiman were inseparable. Married for 40 years, it was COVID-19 which would eventually come between them. At 78, Carol died in hospital with the virus. Harvey made a recovery, leaving the ward without her.
He wanted me to do this interview because he wanted me to say to people that no one should have to be in the position he is in. He urged me to ask people to just stay safe and stay in as much as possible so that they can be with their family and friends in future.
But today, another patient of this pandemic returned to review his own advice. The Prime Minister back in Downing Street for the first time since recording this message.
I've today left hospital after a week in which the NHS has saved my life, no question.
Tomorrow, he resumes his role, just as the government faces questions about how to lift the lockdown without raising the risk to our health.
Given the Prime Minister's return tomorrow, when do you expect him to follow the First Ministers of Scotland and Wales and start setting out a strategy to potentially begin lifting the lockdown?
We are all delighted that he is going to be back at the helm and returning to work tomorrow. The government has set out its approach, which is that a week ago we decided that it was too early to ease any of those social distancing measures. It will be reviewed again in a couple of weeks' time.
But tonight, ITV News understands that when measures here are loosened, they could be tightened up at the border, with the government looking at quarantining those returning from abroad. Today, 96 mobile testing vans were also promised, with tracking and tracing the virus key to its control, as both the opposition and some on the government's own side push for a plan.
It's important that we begin to set out the plan so that those businesses who can and perhaps should be able to open can do so safely.
But what the government can't yet answer is how to avoid losing more lives like Carol's without keeping others on hold.